Hey guys, Harry Duffy with Ohio Brush Control out here at home today actually, and we're gonna do a little, change it up a little bit. Instead of doing a forestry mulcher maintenance video or stump grinder maintenance or something like that, we're actually gonna do a maintenance on a minivan. So my wife was actually in an accident, pretty bad accident, about a month ago. And this is the replacement minivan for her and the kids. It's a 2005 Honda Odyssey. I gotta do rear pads and rotors, brake rotors on it, and yeah, figured I'd change it up a little bit, like I said. So the driveway today is an absolute mess. This has been, like I said, my wife was in an accident, and then here a couple days ago, I was actually on my way home from the BMV with the new title and registration and everything for the replacement vehicle for her, and my car crapped out. My my Ford Flex over there started smoking real bad, rolling white and bluish smoke out of the exhaust. I'm thinking a turbo went out on it, so got that going on. That's just parked over in the yard over there. I mean, it looks pretty trashy, but I don't have any other place to park it. So my thinking is, I've had this Super Duty kind of sitting around, waiting to be fixed and need some exhaust work. Somebody stole the cats off of it, so I actually got to replace the cats. But this is going to be my new runaround vehicle, the Super Duty. So I'll probably make another video on just the Super Duty. I want to, I got to put a leveling kit on it. I actually have a pretty nice brush guard for the front of it. I'm gonna put that on. I gotta put cats on it and then do a little bit of exhaust work, but that should be it. But yeah, that'll be my new runaround vehicle. The garage is full. I'm redoing the stump grinder in the garage, so I just got so much maintenance-y stuff right now. But luckily I've had to, with her being in the accident, I've had to stay home and help with our kids. I mean, we have 5 kids, and 2 of them are under 2, or 2 are under. So with her accident, she actually had some pretty decent injuries from it. She had 3 fractured ribs and 3 fractured vertebrae, so she cannot pick up anything. She can barely bend down. She's very limited to what she can do. So I've had to stay at home for the past month now. So it's actually a good time to do all this maintenance and stuff. But yeah, she's healing. She's on her way, and probably a couple more weeks and she'll be 100%. And yeah, I'll be able to get back to it. But it's kind of been nice hanging out with the kids. Just kind of changing my lifestyle up a little bit and helping her out. And but yeah, I'll get you guys set up. This should be quick and easy. I mean, Honda brake pads are really easy to replace, so it'll be a quick little video. Like I said, I'll probably have another video on the Super Duty, 2015 Super Duty, getting that thing together so I can drive it. The Ford Flex, I'm honestly probably gonna scrap. I might look into getting a turbo for it, or looking into what's causing the smoke. But that thing has 240,000 miles on it. It's pretty beat up. So I'll kind of decide what to do. But other than that, I don't have much going on. A bunch of maintenance-y stuff. Got my truck loaded down with a bunch of scrap metal. All that scrap metal's been sitting out beside the house. So I figured out pretty good time to get all that cleaned up, get that over to the scrap yard. But yeah, it's pretty cold out. Not looking forward to freezing my butt off and doing these brakes, but I'll get you guys set up, and like I said, it should be pretty quick and easy. So thanks for watching. All right, so first things first, obviously remove your wheel and tire. I actually always stick the wheel underneath there as kind of like a safety, secondary safety, just in case the jack fails. It won't go all the way down to the ground, just in case you got a foot or something underneath there. So yeah, I mean, these rotors are pretty shot. They were grinding real bad. You can see, yeah, the pad's pretty much metal to metal. I'm sure the inside actually is metal to metal because, like I said, you could hear it grinding. But pop your lug nuts off. There's a 12 here, 12 here. Hold your caliper on there. You'll have to take your caliper bracket off, which I believe those are 14s. Then pull your rotor off. These Hondas are known for these rotor screws being really seized on there, so I'll might have to get kind of creative on getting those out. But yeah, pretty straightforward, just pads, rotors. I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah, this pad is 100% metal to metal. There's no pad life on those, so junk. Thanks, sir. You mind just throwing it up on the porch there? Thank you. Thank you, you too. All right, so I got the caliper bracket off. Those bolts are actually 17s. I forgot. It's been a while since I worked at Honda. I actually worked at Honda for 9 years, so fairly comfortable doing this stuff. Next thing we have to tackle, like I said, is these rotor screws. There's 2 of them. Sometimes you get lucky and people already took them out and left them out. I usually just leave them out because the lug nuts actually hold the rotor on, so there's really no point to those rotor screws. They make an air hammer attachment where you can actually bump it with an air hammer and then knock them loose. Those are really nice. Impact drivers also work, manual, like mechanical impact drivers. I actually don't have any of that. All my tools are at my shop. So I'm going to try just a regular number 3 screwdriver. Oh, that's a number 4. I gotta go get a number 3. And I'm gonna try hitting it and knocking it loose. But after that, I've got to push the caliper piston in, which I use these clamp style ones. These are really nice. This is pretty much the only ones I ever use anymore. Some people like those ratcheting ones that spread them out. I don't really like those. These double piston caliper pushers work pretty well. So yep, gotta push the caliper in, get new rotor on there, and slap everything back together. So, yep, keep watching. All right, of course, my number 3 screwdriver is, again, at my other shop. So, I'm gonna have to get a little creative. I don't have, you can also use a chisel. But that's kind of a last resort kind of thing. You start chiseling it and see if it comes loose. So, I'm gonna try this setup. I do have a number 3 on just regular 3/8 adapter here. I got a little wrench going around the shaft of the number 3, and I'm going to try hitting it with the hammer and spinning it at the same time. That's kind of the same motion that the either air hammer or the impact driver uses. So I think I should be able to get it, but we'll see. So it's definitely very annoying having your tools spread all over the place. Like I said, probably 90% of my tools are at the shop, and I have a good assortment here, but I don't have nearly what I need, you know. So you don't want to buy 2 of everything, you know. So yeah, just gotta make some stuff work every once in a while. So we'll see if I can get this. Hey, no kidding, that worked too good. Like I said, I usually don't put these rotor screws back in. The whole point of them, I guess, is to hold the rotor flat while you're installing the lug nuts. But I mean, the lug nuts, if you torque them down properly, will hold the rotor to the hub. So it's not. Yep, a little bit of hillbilly engineering worked great. Pop the rotor screws out, and you get the whale on the rotor for a bit. Hitting it on the backhand side out is the best way to do it. Yeah. Here's your emergency brake shoes. Pretty dusty. I'll take a wire brush, clean them up a little bit. Other than that, gotta get the new pads and rotors on, and that's it. Slap it back together. Show you guys how this piston tool works. Just stick it in there, almost, it's like a caulk gun almost. Do it nice and easy. Tell you what, it's cold today. It's about 30 degrees outside, so not ideal to do this, but the kids most definitely need a safe car to drive in. You gotta have brake pads, so. That's as simple as that. Just make sure it's pushed all the way in, and we'll get the new stuff. Alright guys, I'll get you guys set up here. So I always use Napa stuff. I like Napa. They give me a good discount. They're all over the place out here, so I get them for, or I use them for most of my equipment and personal vehicles. I like how, at least out here, we kind of live in the sticks a little bit, but most of them, they can do hydraulic hoses, they can do a lot of stuff like that, fittings. So yep, I like Napa, that's what I go with. There's a little rubber plug. I always swap it from the old one. It's a good idea to clean all the oil residue off the new rotor also, because there's manufacturing oil on there. So clean all that off. I use silicone paste on the slides of the caliper bracket. So these are the slides lot of times they're frozen up real solid, and you gotta heat them up and get a torch out. But those ones are actually moving pretty good. So now there's gonna be some guy screaming through the screen saying I'm doing this wrong, but I actually always reuse the shims. They cause a lot of headache when you pull them off, and then the rust underneath those shims comes up with it, and you got to clean them off real good. So I've always had really good luck with just wire brushing them off real good and lubing your pads up. So yeah, that's how I do it. Like I said, I'm sure it'll be somebody saying I'm doing it wrong, but never had any issues. Put a little bit of silicone paste on these. I use silicone paste on the slides, like I said, and I use anti-seize on the actual brake pads. But just work them a little bit. Make sure your rubber boots are down so you don't get moisture in there. There's little rubber boots that go around them. Just make sure they're seated around your slide. Pretty much all Hondas are the same brake pad wise. Some of the new, well, actually most of the newer ones have electronic parking brakes on them, so instead of just pushing the caliper in with a hand pump, you have to go through the maintenance mode. But other than that, I mean, honestly, they're pretty much all the same. So there's a caliper bracket all cleaned up, greased up. Onto the brake pads. So I just, again, use Napa brake pads. There's nothing special about them. They don't have to be super heavy duty ceramic race car brake pads, you know, it's on a minivan. So anti-seize, you don't need much. It's a little bit on the ears. That's it. So that's ready to stick back together. All right. Like I said before, I leave these rotor screws out. I am sure there's going to be some Honda engineer or something like that saying I'm doing it wrong and saying there's a specific purpose for those screws and my wheel's going to fall off now that I didn't put them in. But like I said, I've done it that way for 9 years, and really there's nothing wrong with doing that. So it is what it is, just how I do it. Caliper bracket, stick back on. There are little shims. Try and get a video of it. So there's these little shims too. Most of the time they actually pop off. I got lucky and these stayed on, but yeah, those go in between your knuckle and your caliper bracket. Yeah, just make sure those are on there also. Really wish I had a nice big pole barn or garage or something like that to work in, but right now this is what we got. And I have completed a lot of projects out in front of this garage and in my driveway here, so yeah, it would be nice. I'm still young and dumb enough to be doing this kind of stuff outside, so I guess once I wisen up a little bit, then I'll build a building. But all right, that's that. So one of these brake pads has a squealer on it. That's what I call it, a squealer. Some people call it an indicator or a warning indicator or something like that, but I just call it a brake squealer. Once the pad gets down to a certain point, then it hits this metal piece and it starts squealing. So that's why the squealer always goes on the inside, so it'll be sitting in the caliper bracket like this. I've always had really good luck with Napa brake pads on fitment also. Sometimes you can get cheap AutoZone. I mean, really all those places are pretty similar, but if you buy really bottom of the barrel brake pads, sometimes you can have fitment issues and you got to grind the ears down and all that kind of stuff. So yep, Napa's always had really good luck in Napa, so another reason I like Napa. No, I'm not sponsored by Napa or anything. I just, like I said, they're all over the place out here. All right, that's it. Throw your wheel tire back on, and like I said, that's pretty much it. If I remember right, when I was working at Honda, we charged an hour and a half to do pads and rotors. So what did that take me? Probably about 20 minutes, and that's explaining everything, really doing it pretty slow. And that's one side. So I could probably do this whole job in probably 25 minutes if I didn't have to record and do all that stuff. So like I said, we charge an hour and a half, and then the parts markup on top of it. If I remember right, a brake job on, let's say Honda Odyssey or something like that would be like 300 and 350 bucks, somewhere around there. That's back like before COVID and before all this stuff. So honestly, it's probably $400 or $500 per axle. Now that's just kind of what I remember, but I think I have $120 in all these parts, and like I said, around 20-25 minutes and getting it taken apart, getting it all together. So yeah, it's most definitely a money saving thing, and there's really no reason why other than time. I mean, I have 5 kids, but I can make 20-25 minutes to do this kind of stuff. But yeah, I would encourage anybody to try and tackle something like this. And first off, once you know how to do it, I mean, once you teach yourself how to do it, then you can do it consistently and save yourself lifelong money. So I'm sure you guys probably don't want to watch me do the other side. I'll set the camera up anyway. I'm not going to explain anything, but yeah, it's fairly straightforward, fairly easy. So I love Milwaukee. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. So, but in most of my repair videos, you'll most definitely see a Milwaukee. This is a 1/2 inch. This thing is an absolute monster. I've taken lug nuts off medium duties, like my International 4300. I mean, this thing is most definitely torquey. So, I'll take a sponsorship by Milwaukee though. If they want to give me a bunch of free tools, that'd be awesome. really easy to over torque these. If I remember right, proper torque for these is like 120 foot-pounds. This thing's rated to like 450, so it's really easy to over torque these. It's been a while since I've been at Honda. It's been about 5 years since I actually worked at a Honda dealer, so I'm sure that torque spec is probably wrong. Somebody will comment and correct me, but yeah, just be careful. It doesn't take much to over torque them. That's it for this side. I'll set you guys up on the other side. Let you watch me do that side. All right, guys, that is all she wrote. Got new pads and rotors on the Odyssey. Like I said, this isn't really a forestry mulching video, but I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully I'll have some other videos on the stump grinder that's in the garage. It's over there in the garage. I believe all the parts are at least on their way for that. So yeah, I'll get that going. And hopefully I'll have another video on this Super Duty, getting that all together. Like I said, that'll be my new work truck. Go around, do quotes in it. And actually, got a couple exciting things happening. I got a couple pieces of equipment coming. I've got a decent sized chipper. It's a Brush Bandit 250 XP. I just bought that, so this truck will actually do really good at just hauling the chipper around. And also I got a chipper truck. So those are two pieces of equipment that are pretty exciting. Yeah, I'll probably make another video on going to pick those up and kind of showing you guys all that stuff. But like I said, driveway's absolute mess. Kind of our life's got turned upside down here for the past month or so. So we're doing our best, trying to keep it all together, and that's pretty much all you can ask for. Like I said, everybody from the accident is alive, so I feel super blessed that everybody's alive. No major injuries. My wife got the worst of it, but yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Please like and subscribe. Also, let me know if you guys like these kind of repair videos. I might try and do a couple more of them on like I said, just a couple other smaller things. So just to change it up a little bit from the forestry mulching land clearing videos. So let me know if you like them. I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks.